lightweight, you forget they're even there. But they still give solid protection. It's like full freedom to play a game without that clunky feeling. I used to wear bulky guards that slip down every game. These stay in place the whole time.
These shin pads are stretchy, durable, definitely not be ripping anytime soon.
Switch to goat sleeves now. They don't slip, they don't slide, nice and snug, nice and tight.
It's crazy how light these things are. I've worn a lot of old school pads in my time. In these, a featherweight and super comfortable.
Legend begins where heroes end.
Why are you still wearing those old clunky shin pads when you could be wearing these?
I used to struggle with shin guards sliding all game. These are a game changer. Put them on, you don't even notice them. They're comfortable, keep you going until finish.
It shows how fast you move on the pitch because it's stuck to the shin bone and does not slip and slide all around the shin.
No distractions, no readjusting, just focus on the match. What I like about these is you can wear them all day. Training, recovery, travel, they never lose shape. The material is soft and supportive. It's the perfect mix of comfort and performance. These guards are so lightweight, you forget they're even there. These guards are so lightweight, you forget they're even there. But they still give solid protection. It's like full freedom to play a game without that clunky feeling. Training, recovery, travel, they never lose shape. What I like about these is you can wear them all day. Training, recovery, travel, they never lose shape. The material is soft and supportive. It's the perfect mix of comfort and performance. First thing I notice is that these guards don't move. Once they're in place, they stay there. I can tackle, sprint, or slide without adjusting them. You feel secure and locked in. My first impressions of the Goats guards, honestly, super light and super clean. Straight away, you can tell they're built to move with you. No bulk, just sleek protection that actually feels pro. These guards don't move. The first thing I notice is that these guards don't move. Once they're in place, they stay there. I can tackle, sprint, or slide without adjusting them. You feel secure and locked in. No bulk, just sleek protection that actually feels pro.
Hello everyone, and a big happy, I think it's Tuesday today, yeah, it's Tuesday today. So big thank you for joining us. Apologies, I've had to pull it forward. Still got electrical work going on at home, and I've been told we're going to be powered out again, potentially after 6 tonight for a few hours. So I didn't want to miss the call, so I thought what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, do a little bit earlier. Worst case scenario, if you've missed the call, it's recorded so you get to watch it back anyway a little bit later on. So I hope everyone's well. I hope you're enjoying your holidays still. If you're still on Christmas holidays, if you're back to school and back to work, if you're in the US or Europe, I hope it's not too cold where you are. I did see this morning they've had about 4 inches of snow in England at the moment, so it's pretty crazy over there at the moment. Now today, what we're going to be covering off, we've got a couple of great questions, a couple of updates to take you through. If you're watching it here on YouTube or on Facebook, then you're watching everything on my computer screen that I'm going to show you. If you're here watching it on TikTok, unfortunately you're not seeing my screen, so if you want to flick across to YouTube, you can go to @TheRaymondsWood and you can actually watch us live on YouTube, and you'd actually get to see what you will see on my screen. Also, if you're not a subscriber on my YouTube channel, you won't be able to ask questions. So big thank you to everyone who's joined us. We've got quite a few of you on here. Shooty, Khaleesi, Jake, there's a few of you on. Thank you for joining us, guys. So again, make sure you're a subscriber. If you're not subscribed, you're not going to be able to drop your questions in. If you can, drop those questions in now for me, and we will get to them at some point in the next hour. What we are going to do is, the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to just share my screen, and we're just going to take you through a couple of little changes within our school platform. So I'll just do a little bit of magic, just bear with me. And hopefully we can get up onto school. So, couple of little things we want to cover off today for everyone is, first thing that we want to show you is we want to just show you a couple of quick changes. So in the community section, if you ever want to post anything or you're posting any results, we've had a couple of changes going ahead. So you'll notice now when you go to select a category, you've got match objectives. So if you're submitting your match objectives, you need to make sure you select match objectives. And remember, especially when you're sending us any data, it might be match objectives dash Raymond Wood, and then the date might be 6th of Jan 2026, okay? And then you can actually then put your match objectives in there. Then you need to select your match objectives on your category, then hit post. The reason why we do this, when I then do a search, I will then be able to find anything that you've logged. So let's say, as an example, if it was a daily planner, if I put in daily planner, it's going to show me all of the daily planners. But if I wanted to look specifically, let's say for Jacob Roper, it's only going to show me Jacob's ones, okay? So, well done, Jacob. He's obviously been logging everything. The 2nd of Jan, 3rd of Jan, the 4th, the 5th. This is amazing to see. Now, also, you will notice on community, we've got on the categories GPS, self-explanatory. So when you wear your GPS tracker, when you're training, playing in your matches, you need to select GPS tracking results. Football blueprint. So if you're doing any additional stuff on the football blueprint that's not listed on here, and I don't mind, guys, if you want to submit your blueprint to me once a month, once every 12 weeks, once every 10 weeks, just to say, right, you can have a quick look at what I've been doing, especially if you've got a one-to-one meeting with me coming up online. So if we've got a private one-on-one meeting, we're discussing your football, your ability to go and trial in the UK, Europe, the US, whatever it is. A football blueprint's a great thing to submit in the community to share with everyone, but for me to have a look at as well. Next one's daily planner, which actually comes out of the football blueprint. You got your beep test results, so whether you're doing a foundational beep test, which is 3 results in 7 days, or you're just doing 1 or 2 a week just to keep on top. Your juggling challenge, again, self-explanatory. So if you're going to log any of your juggling challenges in there, we can do that. General discussion, so obviously if there's not a topic listed there for your discussion, you can select it as general. Anything for the trials and tours, anything GOAT, and then obviously our one that we have, which we're doing today, is our live weekly coaching calls. So hopefully those categories have needed to be changed for many, many months, and we've got our developers to get in the back end and make all the changes for you. So if you find that when you select the category, if it's not there what you're looking for, put it under general discussion, and we may add in an extra category to go in there, depending on how often that category gets used. But hopefully that explains a little bit about that. And then one of the ones I did want to show you while we're here is, let me see, there's a particular one I want to show you if I can find it, and I bet you I can't find it now, and maybe it is this one. It's not this one. I'm just going to have a quick look. There we go. So, as you will know, within inside our football blueprint, we have the juggling tracker. And there's levels 1 to 10 on left foot, 1 to 10 on right foot. Now, if you think you can beat this one, then this is a great challenge for you. So, Joshua has been on our program now for, I would say over 18 months, maybe longer. And he actually sent us in a video which is very, very impressive. And I'm going to show you probably 30 seconds of it, and it'll give you a little bit of an explanation.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 4. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10. 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Done.
Absolutely amazing, phenomenal. Now, not just because he's got a Liverpool kit on, but also because he's actually completed level 10 on both his left foot and his right foot. That is a great example for anyone who's doing this. You might only be at level 2 or level 3, but it is literally 10 juggles on your left foot, 1 bounce, 10 juggles on your left foot, 1 bounce without dropping it or making a mistake 10 times in a row. So a big congratulations to Joshua Vela. Now, you're probably wondering why this is useful. And I said 15, 16, 17 years ago, doing things like juggling and keeping up the ball was an absolute waste of time. I seen Brazilian coaches in Australia doing it, and I used to always knock them. And that was really poor of me, and it was very uneducated. Now, as I went along my coaching journey and I completed coaching badges with UEFA, doing a C licence, the B, the A, doing my player agent course, I realised about 10 years ago how important things like technical ability, securing the ball is. And that's what juggling the ball is. Now, let me roll you back why this is such an important thing. Now, as you know, we take players on trials and opportunities to clubs all around the world. And if you go into classroom, and if you have a little look inside our classroom, you'll see all the different courses that we have in here. And if you have a little look, if you go to one called Testimonials, you will see all of the different testimonials of all the players that we've worked with, that we've got contracts for, players to Tranmere Rovers, Everton, Bolton Wanderers, and also this one is a really important one, and this is Liverpool, and this is Charlotte. Now, the reason why this is such an important one, and it links to juggling or keepy-uppies with the ball, we managed to get Charlotte an opportunity to go and train and trial at Liverpool, okay? And the first thing the coach has done, they integrated Charlotte into the group. They actually purposely put it up a couple of ages to really give it a challenge. And they involved her with the ball straight away. And all the players had the ball. And the first part of the warm-up was to dribble the ball around and just use left and right foot. So straight away, the coaches are looking to see, does this girl actually have what it takes? Can she just do a basic thing like dribbling with your left and right foot? Now, to most of you might say that, well, that's a given. We can do that. But you'll be amazed of how many players, and I've seen it when I worked in the Premier League, how many players can't even dribble the ball with the left and right foot correctly. They can't use the inside of the foot, they can't use the outside, they can't use the laces correctly, they can't use the sole of the foot. So when we dribble the ball, there's about 6 parts of your feet you've got to use. After they'd done that, they then done a little bit of a passing drill where they got them to partner up with another player, and they had one ball between two, and it was all just passing and movement. And I knew exactly what was coming next. I knew at the end of that 10-minute warm-up, they were going to ask all the players, while the coaches just go and set up, to just get the ball and to do, as we call it in the UK, we call it keepy-uppies. In Australia, they call it juggling. In the USA, they call it juggling. They asked the players to just juggle the ball as many times as they can without making a mistake. They gave the task to all of the players and walked off. And as they walked off, they turned around and stood and watched Charlotte. And they were watching to see not only if she could juggle or keep up the ball, but also they were seeing how good she was with the ball. Could she use left and right foot? Could she use different parts of her body? It's a key indicator. If you can juggle the ball or do keep-ups with left and right sides of your legs and your feet and your body, it shows a couple of things. You've got agility, you've got balance, you've got coordination, you can secure the ball. But then what Charlotte started to do, and I was super confident in this because I knew Charlotte was technically proficient. Charlotte then started popping the ball up 30 metres in the air, catching it on a leg, then popping it back up again. And she just stuck out like a sore thumb. And straight away, those coaches walked away with the biggest smile on her face. Now, I'll tell you another interesting fact about this trial. There was another girl there at the time who was from another part of the world involved in the same session, also on a trial with Liverpool. Now, she was a couple of years older than Charlotte, and she failed miserably. And I'm talking miserably. She couldn't use different parts of her feet. She couldn't use the sole of her foot. She couldn't use the outside of her foot correctly. When it comes to juggling, she couldn't juggle the ball for more than 4 or 5. So can you imagine? You're preparing your whole life to go for a trial and you don't even make it past dribbling the ball or juggling the ball. So the whole point of this story is, guys, if someone ever says to you, what's this program you're on, the Pro Player Pathway? Oh, it's a load of rubbish. Why are you practicing juggling? Now you can tell them why. Or even better, don't explain yourself to anyone and just smile and say to them, if you think you know what it takes to make a player, good luck, you go away and do it. But my coach and my agent, Ray, has worked in the game for over 25 years. He's developed some of the biggest football players on the planet. And you know the information that we're giving you is on point and it is 5-star. So for me, guys, a big, big, big congratulations to Joshua Vela on achieving level 10 on left leg and right leg. Well done. Absolutely amazing work. Guys, drop it in the comments on YouTube for me. If you're not a member in our community and you want to start developing yourself into a superstar, if you want to be represented by me as an agent or as your player progression specialist, let me know. Drop it in the comments in YouTube, drop it in TikTok, and I'll send you a message back. So well done to Joshua Vela. Guys, we are very, very quickly going to go to a very, very quick break. And when we come back, we are going to be getting into some of our questions. And I've got an amazing question coming up from one of our members, young Xavier, all the way in Perth in Australia. He is giving us a phenomenal question again. Guys, watch this space and I'll be back with you in 1 minute.
Don't bunch up, you don't get sweaty. Simple as that.
One of the things I noticed about my Goats grip socks is the grip runs across the whole panel, so there's no bunching or sliding in your boots.
These grip pads will help you not slip when you're going in for a tackle.
My old socks will get sweaty halfway through the game. Not with Ghost Grips, they stay cool and dry from start to finish.
These guards are so lightweight, you forget they're even there, but they still give solid protection. It's like full freedom to play a game without that clunky feeling. I used to wear bulky guards that slip down every game. These stay in place the whole time.
These shin pads are stretchy, durable, definitely not be ripping anytime soon.
Switch to goat sleeves now. You don't slip, you don't slide. Nice and snug, nice and tight.
It's crazy how light these things are. I've worn a lot of old school pads in my time, and these are featherweight and super comfortable.
Legend begins where heroes end.
Why are you still wearing those old clunky shin pads when you could be wearing these?
I used to struggle with shin guards sliding all game. These are a game changer. Put them on, you don't even notice them. They're comfortable, keep you going until finish.
It shows how fast you move on the pitch because it's stuck to the shin bone and does not slip and slide all around the shin.
No distractions, no readjusting, just focus on the match.
Everyone, welcome back. So we're going to take us to our first question. Okay, and this is a great one, and I've got my trusty whiteboard. Again, guys, if you're watching this on TikTok at the moment, you might want to go to YouTube at The Ravenswood, subscribe, and you can watch it live on YouTube. And the benefit of watching it on YouTube, you're going to see my screen, and you're going to get to see everything that I'm showing all of the players, okay? So what we're going to do is I'm just going to go back across to our little magic screen control, and I'm going to take you to this screen. Now Xavier, he's all the way in Perth in Australia. He's one of our up-and-coming superstar players. He's already been to the UK with us on trials and tours. He absolutely nailed it. Very, very impressive in his first year. And he's dropped this question in. Just wanted to ask about throw-ins. Is there a benefit for long or short ones? So I'm just going to make a note of this. So long or short, and is there a benefit? Now what I'm going to do is, through the magic of technology, I'm going to actually walk you through, and is there any tactics that you can recommend? So if we go into this particular screen on my screen, so again, if you're watching it on YouTube or Facebook, you will get to see everything. So when we're talking a little bit about long and short and the benefits. Now, I believe there's a benefit in, for me personally, probably depends on where you are on the pitch. That's the first question I would ask. But if we're thinking about long and short, let's think about long to begin with. And this would be my advice on long. So let's imagine we are playing this way. My advice has always been, and one of my mentors going back 20 years ago coached throw-ins this way, and I must admit I have to agree with this rule of thumb. So if we are moving in this direction and we're shooting towards this goal at the top, the advice we were given from this point on the pitch here all the way up to there, so basically this section on both sides of the pitch, you should always throw the ball long and far. Always long and far. So it should always go long and far. And there's a couple of reasons why. What we want to try and do is we always want to turn the backs of the opposing players. And the risk we run is, if we're here or here, and we start to throw balls back towards our own goal, if we lose the ball here or here, we are putting our team under pressure we just don't need. So the rule of thumb that I've always been taught and I've always stuck to as a coach is always for throw-ins, we want to do these three things. Always go long, always go far, and always go fast. So if we're in this position here, if we go long along the line and get it into this space here, and we get our teammate, if we've got a teammate here and he goes after this ball, he's going to put the defender here under pressure. Now what it's going to force the defender to do, it's either going to, if he's a good defender, he will concede the throw in here, which means we then get a throw in up here, which is a great place to have a throw. Now, if the defender does the cardinal sin and he plays the ball back across his box, we've got attacking players ready to pounce and apply pressure. But for this to work, we've always got to go long, far and fast. And the trigger for these throw-ins, Xavier, and for everyone watching, is whoever's nearest to the ball. So if the ball's here for the throw-in, let's say we've got a player there, you need to just get on the ball. Even if you're a centre-back or a striker and you want to launch this ball long and far. Now, you might say, what about if we haven't even got a player up there? It doesn't matter. It does not matter, and I'll tell you why it does not matter. Because what it's going to do is, let's imagine we've got a throw in here. This is a teammate with the ball, and here's the ball. We've got a goalkeeper. We've got our centre-backs, full-backs. Okay, well, imagine this guy is a full-back, or this lady. Then we've got our three midfielders all tucked in to defend the 7, the 11, and then our 9. So what you can tell me about this situation is we look pressed into our box. The minute we go long and far and fast with this into that space there, if these are the opposing players, it's going to force them to go back towards where their own goal. It's going to put them under pressure, and they don't want to be under pressure. And from this situation now, all of a sudden, what we are able to do is we are now able to step up and step out. So this particular player can now step up. This player can step up. This player can step up. These guys are all getting out really fast and quick. And all of a sudden, we've all of a sudden come out of our half of the pitch. And the pressure is on the opposition. All of a sudden, it looks a little bit like this. And we have put them under direct pressure. So the question that Xavier first asked is it long or is it short, and is there any tactics? Always long. Now you'll remember, I said, if you're in these positions here to here, we always throw long and far to try and get into this corner of the pitch here. Now you might be asking, but what about Coach Ray? What happens if we are in this zone here? And this is a tactic that a particular team in the Premier League has done really, really well over the past 18 months on set pieces. Not only defending set pieces, but attacking, and it's Arsenal. And what they do in this situation is, if they get the ball in this zone here for a throw-in, they're doing one thing. They're putting attackers here and here and here, and then they go along the edge of the box here, and they'll always have one of these guys pressing the goalkeeper, and the throw will be long and far into the box like a corner kick. Now the reason why they position this player, this player, this player and this player in this way is any loose balls out, if it comes to this guy here, this player can play it to there, or maybe get a shot on goal. And that is my recommendation. So again, this is considered a long throw, like a corner. So going back to Xavier's question, do we ever do short throw-ins? The answer is no. Quite simply because anything short and slow is going to enable the opposition to set up, allow them to press you and try and defend you much easier, and allows defenders to get back into position. So, great question, Xavier, as ever. I love it. It was a fantastic question. So hopefully that gives you guys a little bit more of an explanation on what you do with throw-ins. And again, even if you're a player and you're not a coach, can you share this video to your coach and show your coach this like 10 minutes of wisdom and get them to watch it and use it for your team? 100%. 100%. Or can you get with your teammates and go, guys, I want you all to watch this YouTube link. This is what my coach taught me, and we're going to start doing this. And you watch how your games will change. Just from taking the pressure off from your defenders alone is a game changer. And what you'll find is you get teams who are in this part of the field. So we'll imagine we're shooting this way again, and they get a throw in here, and they try and make a little short throw into there, or a little short throw into there. No, have a big long run up, be sneaky, launch the ball and get it as far and as high as you can into this space here. Okay, let's turn the opposition players around and get them running towards their own goal. Take the pressure off your back four. Now, some of you might be saying, yeah, but we're going to be giving possession away. Whoop-de-woo. I would rather give away possession up here than giving the ball away in here somewhere, because it's going to hurt you. And if anyone watched the live coaching call on Saturday, we covered Jose Mourinho, and we covered how Jose Mourinho coaches his teams to give the ball away in high areas and to get it out for a throw-in, to then press teams in their own half. And this principle is a very, very similar principle. Guys, drop it in your comments for me on YouTube. If you're not subscribed, you need to be subscribed on YouTube to comments. Also, if you're on TikTok watching, if you want to go to YouTube, it's at the Raymond's Wood. You can watch it live and see my screen, and I'm giving you diagrams on how you can get some of these tactics into your game. So great one for that one, Xavier. Now, guys, if you can you drop it in your comments what you thought about that? Leave it all in there for me. We are very, very quickly going to be going to another quick break. We've still got a little bit of time to go. We're not over yet. We've still got about 25 minutes to go. So what I want you to do is, guys, drop it in the comments in YouTube. What did you think of that? Did you enjoy it? Did you learn something? Do you disagree with it? It's okay to disagree, but also drop me any questions in there, because we are going to cover off a little bit more over the next 25 minutes. And again, if you're watching on TikTok, maybe jump over to YouTube at the Raymond's Wood. Subscribe, come in, you can watch my screen and you can ask questions as well. We'll be back with you guys in about 90 seconds.
You don't bunch up, you don't get sweaty. Simple as that.
One of the things I noticed about my Goats grip socks is the grip runs across the whole panel, so there's no bunching or sliding in your boots.
These grip pads will help you not slip when you're going in for a tackle.
My old socks will get sweaty halfway through the game. Not with Goats grips, they stay cool and dry from start to finish.
These guards are so lightweight, you forget they're even there, but they still give solid protection. It's like full freedom to play a game without that clunky feeling. I used to wear bulky guards that slip down every game. They stay in place the whole time.
These shin pads are stretchy, durable, definitely not be ripping anytime soon.
Switch the goat sleeves now. They don't slip, they don't slide. Nice and snug, nice and tight.
It's crazy how light these things are. I've worn a lot of old school pads in my time, and these are featherweight and super comfortable.
Legend begins where heroes end.
Why are you still wearing those old clunky shin pads when you could be wearing these?
I used to struggle with shin guards sliding all game. These are a game changer. Put them on, you don't even notice them. They're comfortable, keep you going until finish.
It shows how fast you move on the pitch because it's stuck to the shin bone and does not slip and slide all around the shin.
No distractions, no readjusting, just focus on the match. What I like about these is you can wear them all day. Training, recovery, travel, they never lose shape. The material is soft and supportive. It's the perfect mix of comfort and performance. These guards are so lightweight, you forget they're even there. These guards are so lightweight, you forget they're even there. But they still give solid protection. It's like full freedom to play a game without that clunky feeling.
Everyone, big thank you for coming back. So we've still got about 25 minutes to go. Next question I'm going to get to. And again, if you're watching on TikTok, guys, come to YouTube at The Raymond's Wood, subscribe, and you can watch my live coaching screen that I'm going to give you right now. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go back to this screen control and I'm going to just share my screen. And I'm going to pull up a question that we got from Matthew Campbell. Great question. And he said, right, will it be a session where we can talk about trials and what a typical day would look like? Would trials at one academy differ from another in the UK and in the EU, like Spain, for example? Great question, Matthew. I love this question, okay? Now, I'll probably just talk us through this rather than drawing on the whiteboard. But I'll leave that question up there for everyone to see. And I'll walk us through a little bit about that. Now, conventionally, what would happen would be, let's say you get a trial through an agent or a scout or a coach. Normally, 90% of the time, what would happen would be you'll go along to, say, Spain, if that's where the trial is. You might be trialing for a couple of days. The club will look at you and away you go. And then you'll get told if they really like you and if they don't like you. Now, the problem with that is it's such a flawed system for 101 reasons. Now, the whole reason I originally started the Professional Player Pathway Programme was because, for one, I worked in the Premier League for teams like Liverpool, Leicester City. As you know, I worked in France for PSG. We used to get a lot of teams coming in who were on tours. We used to get a lot of players coming in on trials. And to say they weren't up to the level was an understatement. And I used to feel sorry because I knew as a coach that a lot of these players were paying 10, 15, 20,000 pounds or dollars or euros to agents and to coaches for these so-called trials. But the problem with that is, like, the first thing I looked at is, why would you go over to a trial without even being prepared? And also, you wouldn't want to go unless you knew you were better than the players they had. So this is why I built the Professional Player Pathway. So when you're on our Professional Player Pathway program, for all the guys who are members in my platform, you all know some of the areas that we cover are match analysis, match objectives, daily planners, physical load, GPS tracking, distance covered, sprint speed, deceleration, beep tests, foundational beep tests, tactics, weekly coaching calls, what we're doing here. So I can make a call, so I know when we go on an opportunity for a trial, when we take you overseas, I can have a look at what you've done or what you've not done, and I can be really honest and say, right, you're coming on a trial with me in April, as an example, and Matthew, you've done this consistently well, and I think you've got a really good shot at securing a club at X, Y, or Z. Now, the player that I showed you before was Joshua with his juggling challenge. Has he been doing his juggling challenge? Yes, he's killed it. Has he been doing his beep tests? Yeah, he's killing it. So for me, as a coach, but as a player progression specialist and as an agent, I know that you guys are being accountable. Now, not from time to time, but a lot of the time, I've got a lot of players on the platform for many reasons, get sick, get ill, there's family issues, we've had Christmas, I lost direction and focus a bit, but at least I can see them and they're being accountable, and then I can give them an honest opinion. Now, going back to Matthew, your question, what does a normal day look like? That gives you an example of what a normal day looks like when you go with anyone else. When you come with me, what you've got to remember is you're not putting yourself in the shop window just on a one day or one